Well, somebody else shows up.
Too early, but that's all right.
Just throw it in there. All right.
He was the old president.
Let's see how accurate that clock is.
I have 7:32.
That.
You're late. It's past time.
All right.
32 and 52 seconds.
Well, that clock is almost right then. It's only about 30 seconds past.
I discovered that you sniped.
Okay. The November meeting of the Back Bay Amateur Astronomers will come to order. And of course, as our usual agenda item, we'll have our vice president share with us the schedule.
Waiting in the wings, I coming. Okay. Let's see here. This meeting is being recorded. That's our good. That's what we want. Let's see here. I'm going to put the schedule up. Yeah, he turned it on. And we're going to share the schedule. There. All right. This stupid thing out of the way. It's still in the way. All right, here we go. It's not moving up, but all right. We got there's today. Night watch is tomorrow at Indian River High School.
Yeah,
and I
Night
don't
watch is a bad name for that.
Yeah, I know, because that's what we call it.
Yeah.
So
I just called it Indian River High School.
Okay, got it. Is anybody signed up for that? I can check.
You have to sign up way in advance to get vetted to go out.
Yeah, that's the one we need vetted. I'm going to check my volunteer list, and we got 2 and 2 probablys. We got Thomas, George Reynolds, probably is James, and probably is Jason Fight. Okay, and 4 no's. So please sign up for that night watch. I will be unavailable. I apologize. I can't do it. Right?
There's something else that night too, isn't there?
Yeah, if I can get back to the screen. Gotta get back to the screen.
Get back to you then.
Go to the other tab.
All right. Let's see. Then Veterans Day for the 11th. So you get lots of discounts if you're a veteran.
But what's on Saturday?
Saturday is Navigators USA. I forgot about that. Chapter 151. And that is, they're trying to get their merit badge for astronomy, but they call themselves navigators. Is that normal for scouts?
That's a non-Boy Scout. Boy Scout.
So they can be girls in there, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But I tried calling that person, the contact person, I left a message to ask what they want us to teach for their astronomy merit. I haven't heard back.
And we got no volunteers.
Well, I was going to volunteer after I find out what they want.
Okay. I might be able to go to it. I'm not positive. And so I got to go back to events. Veterans Day is the 11th. Saturday, Sunday, the 16th. Girl Scout camping out that evening. And let's see if we got anybody volunteered for that. Well, we got a bunch of yeses. We got 4 yeses for that. Very good. And including myself. All right. So that's going to be good. Please do volunteer for these events. They're a lot of fun. They ask great questions. Sometimes you can't figure out what the answer is, but you got other guys there that may know the answer.
What was the other event on that night?
God, do I have to keep doing? Oh, I can do it this way, can I? And the other one was Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay.
All right. Stargazing at FS Beach, whatever that is. Fourth Story Beach on 9 o'clock on Friday. Horn Watch that evening also. Sky Watch Northwest River Park the 23rd. And we'll get lots of people there because it's getting colder and the sky's getting even better. Cornland is the 29th. York River State Park. Has anybody gone? I've gone to that a couple of times, and not lately though. Anybody gone to that from here? Because that's the Peninsula Club does that. They run it anyway. The holiday luncheon is the 30th. So instead of having it in December, which we couldn't get, we've got the holiday luncheon in December.
It's really not the holiday luncheon, it's the anniversary luncheon.
Okay, I can change the name. And so the anniversary luncheon. And we have several yeses. Very good. 3, 6, 9, 12. Very good. You guys are good for signups. Nice. That is the 30th of November. She's on my birthday.
Okay, then we call it the birthday lunch.
Yeah, it'll be the birthday. Okay.
There's no RSVP if you're bringing a +1 for that.
Not for that, no, we can set up a database.
Move
on-
this stupid thing out of the way. There we go. All right. We'd like to do something else. But anyway, okay. So that's the holiday birthday luncheon. Night watch at Chip Oaks. All right, got it. Next is for the December. So I hear a little bird in the background there.
Probably Rich Roberts.
You know, it's Rich. Uh-huh. Club meeting on Thursday the 5th, Saturday, Sunday, Astronomy 101 the moon. We had a great Astronomy 101 last night, except the sky wasn't visible. But we had a good session anyway.
Stellarium to see the.
Yeah, that's right. Muse and Ghent market shops on the 13th, Friday night. Cornwatch, Skywatch, Northwest River Park the 21st. And we shouldn't have a whole lot of stuff before Christmas, but we do have Night Watch in York River State Park in the Peninsula Club that Friday, that Saturday.
They're on the schedule, but they may or may not be attending.
May not cancel. Oh.
Now that one at Ghent, that the Muse.
Yeah.
Ghent Market Shops, that's an annual thing that they do. And it's a lot of fun. We set up in the parking lot right outside the shop or the office, and usually have over 100 people come through. And there'll be some planets visible: Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, maybe Mars. I'm not sure. I didn't check
That's
that.
pretty late for Mars.
But it should be a lot of fun. We do that every year. And also there's refreshments. You get hot chocolate, sodas, and cookies.
For freebies?
For free, yeah.
Very good. All right. So I am done. If there's no questions, I will stop share. Like Sonny and Cher, huh? Okay. Let me see. Change this view to speaker. Well, it's speaker, gallery, multi-speaker. I don't know. All right. We got multi-speaker. That's not good enough. I want to change the view for better. So whoever's talking is supposed to come out and do it, but it's not. I see Sean and you're not talking, so I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, back to, the one thing that I wanted to share with you guys, just take 1 second, is it's out of focus. Does everybody see this ID card?
Yeah.
Now that's Montel Childs, and I've got a lot of new ID cards and nobody knew to claim it. So if anybody's in the room that's new, I got your ID card maybe. And out there in the peanut gallery, I got your ID. Well, I don't have but about 10 there, about 10 of us that are new IDs. But if you didn't get an ID card, I will make you one, I promise. So here's my email address. You can email me. And there it is right there. jeffgold1@cox.net, and I will mail, I will not mail it. I'll try to bring it in. If I have to mail it, I'll mail it. Okay. All right. I am done. Let me see. Get back to the regular schedule today here. All right. Now we're ready.
You sound like a chipmunk, John.
Sean is making that.
Oh, that's
Sean? Yeah.
That's why his face was showing up.
Blaming Rick.
Sounds like a chipmunk, is right. Speaker. Yeah, that's on speaker. Oh, well. Okay, time for our secretary's report. Minutes of last month's meeting.
I motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes.
It has been moved that we dispense with the reading of the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay, yeah. All right, so Eddie never gets to read the minutes. Okay, so we'll just post them. Treasurer's report, all yours, Rich.
All right. We have a lot of money. Got 12. $100,000 in the treasury. That was an increase of $550 and some change over last month. We received several donations from like Ben Loyola, which was like a couple $100 in there. And also one of the other things, we had a check from which is a problem, that we had the same insurance carrier for a long time, and then they got out of the business and we got a new one, and then they invoiced us, and the invoice sat in the PO box too long, and after 15 they just canceled the process. I sent a check in, but then they said, no, you took too long to send it in, we're canceling you. So now so I got a refund check from them, but I'm having to find a new one because we can't hold events at Chesapeake Parks without insurance. Will probably be good for now. But at the beginning of the year, when we sign permits, they will want certificates of insurance, and I have to do them for each event, which is a pain. I wish they would just accept the one, but I'm dealing with that.
Good. We have to go with the same company, or are you going to find another company?
I got to find somebody new. I've gone to the brokers and trying to sort all that out. So, yeah, they wouldn't take my money. I was like, please take our money. So, but most of the expenses and income was due to East Coast Star Party. So there was a lot of transactions this month, most of them going out. We did well on East Coast Star Party. We cleared to date almost $700. That'll go down because we still have to pay the park. That's the only really outstanding bill. So we'll end up netting about $500. We took in 2,300 and spent 1,600 so far. One of the main reasons why we made more money this time is Sean doing the shirts, which worked great, and that was less than half the cost. We used to spend like a little over $400 for shirts, and it was under $200. It was like $160 in total from us doing the shirts themselves. And plus, we didn't need as many supplies because the first 2 go rounds, we bought a lot of stuff that we've been reusing, so we didn't have to expend large things for like red lights and stuff like that. It'll just now be smaller extents just to kind of replenish what we have because the fuel will go down.
Yeah, I'll have to replenish some of the food supplies, the paper products and things like that we used up for coffee and stuff.
Yeah, but either way, it was because registrations were really strong. A lot of people showed up, so we did very well financially on that. And then we only had 1 new member this month, which is pretty low. We get like 4 or 5, but we only had 1 this month. But we're still over 200 members. We were getting ready to get into renewal season, which is awful for me. So pretty soon you'll probably get some reminders to go, hey, re-up your dues. Initially, I will send a blast email on Groups.io, which goes to everybody. So you may not owe dues. A lot of people have paid up in advance, and if you're not sure, you can just ask me. That's all I have, unless you have any specific questions about Treasury.
Any questions about the Treasurer's report? Do I have a motion to accept the Treasurer's report? Okay, second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The Treasurer's report is accepted as read. Okay, I don't see our scholarship chairman or our RRT person, so we'll dispense with that. How about Astronomical League? Do we have anything from the Alcor?
Have no awards posted in the most recent Reflective magazine, so I'm waiting for the December issue to come out. If anybody's expecting an award, is anybody expecting an award that they submitted? It should show up in December. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
so,
no.
I will always scan through those. Would like to thank Jeremy Mitchell for pointing out to me that there are some new awards that the Astronomical League has come up with.
Hold a minute. Can everybody hear what he's saying out there in Zoom land?
Yeah.
Up here.
Frankenstein.
Frank is your Toastmaster.
I'm gonna grouse about it every time you make me do it. All right, so there is a new award from the Astronomical League. This is from Jeremy Mitchell. The Astronomical League pleased to present its newest observing program, the Extragalactic Objects Program. Not a galaxy program, but an observing program featuring very deep space objects other than galaxies. These are the familiar objects from our own galaxy, open clusters, globulars, etc., but they're part of other galaxies. So if you want to go find globular clusters in M31, for example, this one's for you, and good luck. Okay, I hope you have a Kent Blackwell-sized telescope in your yard to do that. There is also a Parker Solar Probe Special Observing Award to honor the probe's closest approach to the sun this month, version 2.0. Anyhow, if you want to learn about the Parker Solar Probe, check out the Astronomical League website. But other than that, just let me know if you have any awards that are pending, and if there's any issues in getting your award, I can help push that along. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Alcor. Bruce. Yeah, the Astronomical League, it's a good incentive to get behind the telescope. I really have been lax myself. I've been working on the, well, working is in quotes, the Urban League Urban Award for about 10 years. I only lack one object. And I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But anyway, maybe one of these days I'll do it. Okay. I don't have my written agenda this time. How about old business? Is there any old business? Yeah. Okay. No old business. No old business. Any new business?
Elections.
Well, the election, yeah, that's going to be the featured. Well, one of the features tonight. We got two features tonight, but okay. Let me tell you what the door prize is going to be. Door prize. We have a brand new Barlow lens. Does that anybody here not have a Barlow lens? Well, phooey. I was hoping somebody who didn't have one would get one.
I don't have it, but I don't think it would work in my telescope.
Why?
Because the focal length is off. Like that's the reason why I don't had one, and I donated it to the prize pool at East Coast Star Party, because Sean and I literally couldn't get it to fit.
Well, we'll give this away anyway, and if somebody wants to give it to somebody else.
I'll use it as a paperweight if I get it.
Throw it at you. Okay. Bruce.
Can I do a recap of East Coast Star Party?
That's going to be our other feature.
Would you like?
That's going to be our feature tonight after the election.
All right.
Okay. And we'll have observing reports at that time too. So anything else that you'd like to bring up? Old business, new business? We'll have observing reports after.
I don't know.
Huh?
You guys, there's only 4 of you out there. You don't have to send a chat.
Yeah, there is something in the chat. What's in the chat? We should be, okay, Sean says he'll be at the Navigator event on Saturday. Good, because he's the one who put it on the calendar. We should vote on getting a screen printing machine. I thought he was going to say getting a voting machine. Why do we need a voting machine? Yeah, we brought the voting machine for our election tonight. Vote on getting the screen printing machine, lower the cost of shirts for participants. In other words, Sean, you don't want to use Kent and Robert's screen printing machine. Or they're tired of using your machine, or you? Okay, Sean, why? Why should we vote on that?
Unmute.
Can't hear you. You're muted.
You don't want to talk.
I guess.
A little microphone. So Sean's floating around in space. If Sean's
communications are out, it was we previously talked last year in the lineup to the East Coast Star Party about getting a machine and trying to figure it out. We
Okay.
wanted to do a test run.
Yeah, here's his answer. That was a test for us. I haven't asked them to use it from now on. So I won't put you guys on the spot. We'll
Yeah,
We'll
we had
table
the
that.
discussion before, and Sean talked about buying one, and the club was hesitant. And then we said, "Hey, we'll use Kent's and Dr. Hitz, basically as a trial run to see if we could actually pull it off." Because that was one of the concerns: is could we actually effectively use it? So I think Sean's now saying, "Yes, I know how to physically to use it. We should probably make the investment."
Okay.
And he's nodding his head, so I'm taking it. My memory is correct.
How much is it?
Do you know how much the cost would be?
My guys at work. This is 100% documentation right here. This is better when they go, "You need right files." This is better.
So what do you know what the price is? 140-ish, Sean
Oh, that's
said.
it. I thought it was. I was going to guess 300 for some reason. Stuck out. Okay, maybe my memory isn't 100%.
I can make a motion.
Before you do that, my next question is, where would it live? Who's going to keep it?
John's house.
Sean's house?
Yes, he needs more stuff.
That means he cannot move back to Kansas or wherever he's from.
Yes, or
Ever.
he can make shirts in Kansas and ship them to us.
Ask Sean to think twice if he's being imprisoned against his will.
He can't.
Okay.
He can't say no.
Okay, that microphone when he was tweeting like a little birdie, that was his microphone. Okay. All right. So, okay, now I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we spend $200, $140 plus $60 for materials for a screen printing machine.
Okay, the motion has been made. Is there a second?
Hold a second.
It's seconded. Okay, is there any discussion? Usually that's
a no-brainer.
Okay, somebody says that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, we have the funds.
$200 out of the treasury, which is not too much, not bad. Is there any other discussion about getting a screen printing machine that will live at Sean's house?
Yes, whose responsibility would it be to screen?
Sean.
Okay. We need to get more people with microphones that don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we obviously from this one we will recoup this $200 in one East Coast Star Party.
Yeah, it'll pay for itself.
We saved over $200 by using the print machine versus going to Vistaprint. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge cost savings.
And Dr. Hitt says we can actually make money on that machine. But well, you can.
Star parties.
Yeah, we could make solar eclipse shirts or special event shirts,
We
Parker
could
Solar
probably
Probe
make the
shirts.
club ones instead of going to Cavalier.
Yeah.
I got a quick question. How many colors are we talking about? 5 color, 1 color, 2 color?
One should probably be.
Yeah, how many colors can you make on a shirt?
Complicated, make one.
Yeah.
It's complicated to make more than one.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a screen printer though. It's the same.
So you can do it's a wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, so generally it'd be just one color then, right? One color.
He
of ink.
says the machine is 4 colors, but will take practice.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to register, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can have whoever's going to help Sean. They could maybe practice with it and try it out. We might be able to get maybe at least 2 colors. We'll see. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we buy a screen printing machine and the supplies to go with it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? None opposed? Okay. Motion carried. So, Sean, you gonna buy it? Sean will buy it. Okay. Okay, he's our tech man anyway.
Will.
Okay, next order of business is election of officers. We will be electing two officers, the president and a vice president. I'm sorry, a president and a secretary this time around. And next year it'll be the vice president and the treasurer. Okay, we have,
I got
We
a
have-
question.
yes.
Need a quorum for this vote?
we have a quorum. Yeah,
Do that at 200?
10% the quorum?
did you read the bylaws? It's very easy to have a quorum. Is it whoever shows up is the quorum? Basically, that's not what it says, but that's roughly it. So, we do have, well, let's go for secretary first. We have one nominee for secretary, and that's Gabriel Dandrade. Are there any? Are there any nominations from the floor for secretary? Is anybody who would like to do that? Or would like to nominate somebody else for that?
Anybody wish to challenge?
Gabriel, do you want to nominate anybody?
Gabriel, 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 let's go, let's get the chant.
Are there any nominations? Sounds pretty quiet. So do we elect Gabriel as secretary by acclamation?
Yes,
Yes. Thank
congrats,
you.
man.
We now have a secretary. We'll have a 2-year, 2 months of time for you to find out what the job is all about. Eddie can help you and I can help you. Just sit down. The secretary is probably the easiest job in the club. It used to be a lot more difficult, but many years ago, we changed the constitution and bylaws to give more duties to the other officers, and secretary doesn't have much to do. The next order of business is electing a president. And I'm not eligible. I mean, well, I guess I'm not eligible. I've been here for 2 years. Well, could be possibly re-elect. I don't think so. No, I'm just not even going to be part of it.
Not eligible.
Not eligible. Good for you. Yes. Okay, we do have 2 nominees. We have Jeremy Mitchell and our vice president, Jeff Goldstein. Now, what happens if we elect Jeff, then the president, moi, would appoint a temporary vice president to fill in the term. And then at the next time go around, we'd elect a new vice president. And we'd adjust the term limits to make it work, because we elect 2 officers every year, so we don't have a complete changeover. So let me put those on the board and
Applause like a shop.
We can leave the room with that.
you gotta have them leave the
Ken
room.
Blackwell needs to judge.
Now, though, before you leave the room, you might want to write down your vote and leave it with me. It'll be secret ballot. I won't tell anybody who you voted for.
Any over here? We don't get the vote.
No, he doesn't. You don't have to leave the room.
Oh, I see. Those are.
These are the 2 that are leaving the room.
Then you guys would tally it. Okay. Get out. Well, this is gonna be each voting for yourselves.
Okay.
That would be the right thing to do, guys. Just so that's what he did. That's right. Ouch.
Okay. Now, I'm not gonna look at these yet.
Well, it's gonna be Jeff.
So a show of hands, how many would like to vote for Jeremy Mitchell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You got Zoom votes too.
Oh, you got out there too. 11, 12, 13. No, 12. 3, 9 and 3 is 12.
Right.
Okay, all right. How many would like to vote for Jeff Goldstein? 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's no contest.
Okay.
All right,
Landslide victory.
and I will count these 2 votes as well. Another one for Jeremy.
Somebody's voting twice over here.
13. Another one for Jeff. And it's 5.
Damn, Sean.
So Donald, there's 13. Kamala has 5. I mean.
Hey.
Too soon.
Nice. We're gonna kick you out now. Gotta go out and join the others. It's behind us.
We have a decision. Come in. I'd like to welcome our new president, Jeremy Mitchell.
All right. Sure.
For the camera.
All right, folks, I don't think anyone expected me to talk tonight, or some people know that I can't not. I will do my best to continue to help us out, lead us in getting some new initiatives and carry on some of the great things that George has done. I cannot promise to be as good a president as George has been.
Anybody can.
Nobody.
Nobody can. But I will definitely promise you that I'll give it my best. And if anyone has any thoughts, concerns, suggestions, happy to take them on board, and let's see what we can do. I know we've got 200 people that are members of the club, and we got a relatively small showing here in the room. One thing that I will promise you that I'm going to try and do is figure out a way to get people, those of us other than those who show up habitually, get people to want to be here in person. So that'll be my my number one
I've got a
focus.
suggestion. I'll
Sure.
put food.
That's yeah, food and snacks and coffee, but then some other
Beer.
so I think we have to talk about the DCC about that first.
$150, $200 door prize. Be great. A
So,
lot of people come here.
but
Wine.
so wine and confessional from Kent. No, but thank you all for the faith that you showed. I'll try and do you proud.
Thank you. And you will have a 2-month changeover, and we'll transition, and we'll get together and
Have my transition team contact you.
yeah, we'll make BBAA great again.
Greater.
Okay, the next step is we're going to talk about the East Coast Star Party. Have a debriefing or just chat about your experience last week. And I see some people here who were not at the East Coast Star Party, but some of us were. And a couple of you out there in Zoom land were at the East Coast Star Party. So let's start with the Zoom people. Sean and Rich, I know you were there. And Sean, and you can type real fast. And Rich, you can tell us first what anything about the East Coast Star Party that you would like to share.
Not particular. I mean, it was a great time as always. Was only able to make it for one night, and it did not take long to be drenched in dew. So I left my big scope at home because I only was out for one night, which has a dew heater and dew controller, and I just brought my binoculars, which do not. So I was just out enjoying the basically the sky as naked eye as much as I could for a couple hours, which was great because the skies are very good there. Much better than my house, and I only live 30 minutes from the park. But it's amazing how you don't have to go far and it changes a lot. So
How late did you stay up?
I stayed up till 11:30.
That was a Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night. I was all kept, and I couldn't go. I went in bed because it was getting cold, and I couldn't really do anything. So I was like, I ended up packing it up, but I was so caffeinated because I was like, I want to go long. It took me a while, but I got shut down early with Dew.
Yeah, if you had gotten up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you would have had an absolute beautiful sky. I didn't set up my telescope though because it was too wet. I just went to the bathroom.
Yeah, my logbook was all like the paper had turned to mush and everything. It hit hard fast when as soon as that temperature dropped, it was crazy.
Yeah, Saturday night was very, very dewy, very wet. Thursday night and Friday night, we had a lot of wind, and that kept the dew away.
Yeah.
Sean, I just noticed you said you had about 4 T-shirts left that we hadn't sold, the East Coast Star Party T-shirts. Is that right? Okay, all right. He has 4 T-shirts, and that's right. He suggested we're going to bring back the spaghetti dinner. If those of you who used to go to the East Coast Star Party down at Coin Jock, Different used to feed us on Friday night with a huge spaghetti dinner. It was really a
65 people.
yeah, yeah. We used to have a lot of spaghetti. And so we're thinking of bringing back that we're gradually as we get familiar with the layout and the policies there at the park, we're going to be adding little things like possibility of uh, the what was it, the Tuckahoe Star Party, which no longer exists, and the No Frills Star Party, which is also by Delmarva. They used to have hot dogs all night, right?
Midnight hot dog.
Midnight hot dogs. We could do that. We could get a crock pot or something and just throw some hot dogs in there and have hot dogs and coffee and stuff all night to keep you keep you awake and keep you working. Okay, all those 4 T-shirts, he has 4 that are sold but not picked up. Do you have the names of who they belong to, who they're going to go to, Sean? If so, we can maybe make arrangements to get them out. Okay. All right. Any other, okay, come on up here, Bruce.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time recapping. What I am going to do is thank people who help run this. So over 2.5 years ago, when we decided to do this, I volunteered to chair the committee. But I'm not a Superman like Kent Blackwell, so I can't do the start party by myself. So our emeritus director, always did it solo because he did it his way and he sang the song. He did it my way. But my way was going to be with a committee of people. And I said it had to include the treasurer. It had to include the president. People had to put up with me and then probably at least 2 more, which is what we now have. So since October of 2023, and in May of this year, and just last weekend, we've now done 3 East Coast Start Parties with that committee. So what did they do? Well, first of all, Mr. Roberts out there in Zoomland, I don't know if you've noticed, has kept very meticulous records, at least the ones I've seen, of all the incoming and outgoing puts and takes for the budget for this event. We could not do this event without Rich. Okay, so please thank Mr. Roberts. All of this stuff isn't free, and we want to make sure that we are in the black, and we are. So thanks to Rich. Okay. Secondly, I would like to thank outgoing President George Reynolds for his work to cart a large amount of food and supplies, and especially all-night coffee, okay, to make all of the all-night coffee and all the food work, okay?
Mr. Coffee.
Mr. Coffee. I suspect that his interest in spaghetti for the next meal is related to the grill at Chip Oak State Park, because George loves to fight with the grill at East Coast Star Party, and he rejected the first grill and sent it back for excessive hornet nests. And
the poor ranger had to go get another grill, and so he showed up with the grill to Mr. Coffee and submitted his sacrifice. So George did a lot of work. Mr. Mitchell, the incoming president, also assisted with all the food. Okay, so thank Mr. Mitchell as well. Okay, our former president, Mr. Sean Lozier, also out in Zoom land, is the expert at finding large numbers of lights, okay, which he stuck all over the park. So I had to drive back and forth between the campground and the observing site. And it's really is quite a sight to see, you know, to drive into Chippewa State Park and see it carpeted with little red lights. But that's only part of what Sean did, as we already know. He also did all of the t-shirts, and now he'll have advanced technology in his garage to be able to do it himself for cheaper.
He also put up the red lights in the tent.
Yes, he put up red lights in the tent, and there are also signs out on the main Chip Oaks Road to guide poor lost people to come into the park on the public observing night. Okay, so please thank Sean Lozier as well. So all I did for this was just answer a lot of emails and make sure that the ranger had his, you know, duties assigned and what he needed to do. The rangers there are very cooperative. They provided the tents, they provided the tables, and they provided the grill to Georgia's standards, which is very difficult to meet. Okay? So we had the high standards grill going on. I gave a presentation Friday night to an audience of about 15 people for the public night. We didn't know if the weather was going to go according to plan, so I bored the hell out of people for about 45 minutes. But no, I gave it, you know, it's about 90 slides of like a complete overview of amateur astronomy. So that contingency is always there Friday night. And in May, when we were completely rained out, we transitioned into old episodes of Star Trek after that, which was loads of fun. Okay, so but then yeah, I make sure the Spivey porta potties show up, and make sure that all parties involved are you know, read into what's going on. I think we're very good about texting each other. We had one major schedule change on November 2nd because the sunset, you know, yeah, we moved the time of the dinner up. We moved the costume contest up. Thank you for everybody who dressed up better than me. Okay, anybody could dress up better than me. So who won? Oh, Jeff Thornton was Galileo. Okay, and Sean Lozier here was the devil. So we got some pretty good pictures.
Jonathan Sheets.
I'm sorry, Jonathan Sheets. Yeah,
It was
Galileo. That's right.
First prize.
That's right. Okay. So go to the Facebook page for Back Bay, and there's lots of really good pictures that Sean went through a lot of effort to post and take for us. A lot of them are taken at night. So I actually got the first picture of me at night doing this stuff, and all my friends go, "It's really dark out there." I was like, "Yes, that's why we're there." Oh, okay. Whatever. So my friends are a little thick. So, we're able to, you know, show pictures of what we're doing, which is really neat. Okay, so my vision, whatever you want to call it, Sean, you know, 2.5 years ago, went out and kicked this off with the Friends of Chip Oaks and got buy-in from the park when I could not break the ice with the district manager to get this going. So Sean actually deserves a lot of credit for kicking this off. So this is a committee. Anybody that wants to join the committee for the future to make this even better, we're always taking suggestions. Several people during the event asked me if I wanted this to get bigger and to the scale of Staunton River. My answer was an emphatic no. I really don't want this to get much bigger. I don't think Kent does either. But you know, going over 50 people, putting power on the field, you know, doing catered lunches, and I think we're fine where we are, to be honest. And I think
25 years.
right, yeah. And you know, I think hikes during the day along the river are neat and, other, you know, simple things like
Mark
that.
Ghost gave
Yeah.
took a few people on the geology hike along the
Okay.
James River.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so stuff like that, I think it is easy, but I think a lot of people like the scale and the laid back nature of this, which I would hope to continue. I have no interest in making this Stellafane or even you know, Staunton River at all. So thank you, everybody who came. Thank you for participating, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall.
Thank you, Bruce.
Next, the East Coast Star Party is.
We don't-
So we are in negotiations now with the Ranger.
We've given the Chipokes 3 possible dates for the spring Star Party. We're waiting to hear back a definitive date from them.
Okay, we're looking at dates in March and May. April apparently is clobbered with weddings. in part, so.
Okay.
You have the email address to thank the Ranger thing.
Yes, so I didn't put you on there.
I got one. I just wanted for everybody.
Everybody's already done it.
Oh, they already.
Yeah, I sent that out today. A bunch of people already sent comments into the Ranger. Make sure you do that, because if he gets 10, he gets money and recognition.
Yeah, there's a form that you can online recognize a ranger, and I've sent mine in today.
So just go to reservevaparks.com and then look for something that says recognize.
And the ranger's name is Trevor Johnston. You look it up first of all, you choose what park, Chipoke State Park, and then it's a list of all the people there, and Trevor's, it's in alphabetical order. Okay, any other people want to share what you experienced? Okay, Gabriel, come on up here.
Okay, so I want to first start off by just saying thank you everyone who's entrusted me to be the secretary of the club. I will be doing my best, even though, as George mentioned, it apparently isn't that much work, but I'll still be doing my best. Now that's out of the way. So obviously, like again, huge thanks to like Bruce, to George, to just everyone who just put in their efforts, like making it another awesome event. I'm already looking forward to the next one. But obviously, like as great as like the cookout was, and as great as like just like Mark's like geology hike was, obviously the highlight is obviously like the nighttime observing, obviously,
Yes.
and. Two highlights in particular I want to note, both from Saturday night. So my telescope, much like Rich's, had gotten completely dewed up. Like it was, and so eventually I was like threw in the towel and was like, I decided to go bother somebody else. And Jeremy thankfully was around. He basically let me just steal his telescope for the rest of the night.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
It's like having a go-to telescope.
Yeah, he just let me like steal his telescope and just do like obviously not whatever I wanted, but basically whatever I wanted with it. But the highlight was we stayed up till about midnight because we were trying to get a look at Fornax and some of the galaxies in the Fornax cluster. And right about 11:45, it finally came out behind the trees. And if you know where the Fornax cluster, it's like it's like very far in the southern sky. So, but we were still able to log 4 galaxies at the tail end of the Saturday night. Yeah, and then I also need to give a huge shout out to and Ken can vouch for this as well. Ray, who brought his 24-inch, invited us to look at the Helix Nebula with 112 magnification and a filter, and you could see the knots in the ring, like it was huge, but you could see the knots in the ring. You can also see the central dwarf star without having to use averted vision.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like the Helix is known for being like extremely like if you live in the city in a cityscape, it's like a pain in the butt to find because it's so large and has such a low surface brightness. But that was the best. That was the best view of that object I've seen probably ever.
Good.
Yeah, but yeah, it just part of me does wish that it was just a little less damp Saturday night. But other than that, like Thursday and Friday, I had no complaints. Like, yeah, it was windy, but I'd rather it be windy than just wet. That's all I've got. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Gabriel mentioned the wind. Oh, man. Thursday night and Friday night, I thought it was gonna blow my tent away.
But hey, it did it. It not like last spring. Last spring, it literally knocked all the tents over.
That's right. It was not as bad as last spring when we had something go through and all the canopies were upside down and some of them were broken. But I really appreciate my tent because it is held up in all kinds of weather and rain and wind. I also send a shout out to a non-member of the club. My friend Robert Caldo let me use his Sequoia, his 2001 Toyota Sequoia, which made it possible for me to get everything there in one load. Last two star parties, I had to make multiple trips back and forth to get my stuff, then go back and get the food. This time I was able to bring it all in one load. So appreciate Robert letting me use his 23-year-old truck, and it runs great. And it has a lot of room. Okay, anybody else want to share? Come on up here. Jeff?
Got some photos. These are unreleased. Nobody's seen them but you guys. I haven't put them on Facebook yet. I'm just waiting for you guys to. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, there we go. It's right here. Okay. So without all this stuff.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh, what was that?
That was the chat. Give the chat. The 4 t-shirts that are not sold.
Oh,
So you don't have to stop sharing. Just go to the chat. Okay, Patrick, John and Tammy Allmeter and Kenny Brew. Okay, John?
Yeah,
He's got a couple t-shirts for
that's what I
you.
thought. I thought about 2.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you guys left early.
Yeah, he's got a wedding.
Okay, all right, we'll get those to you.
All right. Now let me see. Before I share it this time, I wanted to open it up first. If I can. Let me open up the first picture, then I can just click the rest of the way. Here we go. Now I can go back and share. Which one is it?
It's see one more to the right.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, the one that says Zoom.
there.
Ah, gee, the one that says Zoom. Could that be it?
Replace.
Yeah, but I can't get there now. Oh, there we go. No, still not doing it. All right. Do it the hard way. How come I can't get to Zoom?
It's the Zoom left one.
The other
The one that's the white screen.
That's the one.
That's no.
Oh, huh. That's strange.
Where, yeah, right there, where it says Richard.
Yeah.
Mouse over that.
Ah,
And go full screen.
okay. Okay.
There
There we go.
All right. Now I will share. I wanted to share the pictures here. Here we go. All
I
right. So
think you're
there's.
just sharing, I think you're sharing the window, like the Windows Explorer, not the picture. I think you picked the wrong one to share.
I did. There's too much junk in the way.
Yeah.
Rich, are you seeing anything?
Yeah, I see it.
What do you see, Rich?
I see a folder and a bunch of looks like JPEG.
Sharing the folder.
This is
All right. How about now? Is that it? You see the comment?
No, I just see the folder. You should share your screen, not you probably shared a
That's what I'm
specific.
trying to do.
Hit stop
It's
share.
sharing.
Go to stop share, reshare.
Right.
Stop share there. Hit
Click
stop share.
share. That.
Okay, now go to the picture.
Ah,
Now share.
all right. Great. All right. So there's the comment. The first, I think that's the first night. And that's the second night. And that's the third night. Move this stuff out of the way so I can click. All right. And I got the horse head and the flame nebula. That was when it was really cold. I was freezing. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. It was about 40, but it felt like 20. I had to get in the car and turn the car on. I was frozen.
Flavor came out good. I can't see the horse head.
Yeah, it's right in here.
It's there. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is M1, and you can see a little bit of the nebulosity or the modeled stuff in there. So that's the best M1 I've gotten so far. This is the lagoon. Pretty good. And this is the trifid, and I didn't know I was going to get this other one up here, the M21.
Plus M21.
Yeah, isn't that something? And that's M22, nice globular.
Sagittarius.
Yeah. And this is
Dumbbell.
the dumbbell, of course.
The apple core, that's what it is.
Yeah. And I showed this to our guests that were coming around Friday, and they were saying, wow, that's really cool. I said, doesn't it look an apple core to you? Yeah, it does, little kids and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I was going to do an experiment with M31, M32, and 110 up here. And at the C-Star's got this new mosaic mode. And it takes about, 3 hours to get this whole thing filled in. So I didn't want to wait 3 hours. I said, maybe I better wait 2 minutes. Because it was getting a lot of dew already, and everybody was complaining about it already.
It takes 30 minutes, I'll show you.
More than it.
I did all M32 and M31 in about 30.
Did you really? Okay. Amazing. So that's a nice mode they got. This is M33. So supposedly that's the furthest thing you can. I've been telling everybody that M31 is the furthest thing you can see, but I think it's M33 because it's an extra 0.1 light years further away. Although I've never seen it naked eye. Have you seen it naked eye? Have you?
0.1 light years.
With
It's
binoculars.
2.6 instead of 2.5. You know. So I thought that was a pretty good Gemini cluster. M35, yeah.
That's a real good one.
Yeah. And this is M39. And that was only 1 minute, because if you let it go too long, it'll be all blared. 1 minute's worth of M42. And I think this is another one, isn't it?
It's M43, yeah. That little
M43, yeah.
knob is M43.
Yeah. And that's the Pleiades. It's got a little bit of nebulosity. 4 minutes. All this is, and again, I was going to make it real big, but I decided to stop. This is the M57, which isn't wonderful. Never comes out great. And this is the double cluster. And this is the 37 cluster. So Sandy was complaining, I've never seen the 37 cluster. So I said, I'll shoot a picture of it. And I didn't have her email address or text number to send it to her. So that's the one I got. It was 49 minutes worth. It was just wasn't getting any better because the dew started coming in. I had my dew heater on the C-Star the whole time, but it just kept dropping frames. It was stacking, but it wasn't finishing the stack or something. So that was the best I could get. Not as good as 24-inch, huh? This is the Sagittarius cluster. I tried to locate the approximate location. It's really a little bit lower than that's right in here. It's the black hole in the center of our galaxy, and there's several stars rotating around it real fast. So that they call that Sagittarius A. And that's a lousy picture of Saturn.
Like phone camera.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Doesn't do very well for planets. That's Uranus, yeah. You can see some of the moons there.
That's what?
Uranus. Yeah. And I think that's the last one. That's the last one. That was an alphabetical order.
Hey, Jeff,
Yes,
can you go back to your third night of the comment on?
sure.
Second.
I have to go back this way. I can go back this way quick. Okay, there's the first night, second night, third night. Let's make sure that's the third night I got.
Yeah, so if you all look down here, Kent already pointed this out. To me.
Yes, there is.
The asterism, those four little stars just to below to the left of the comet.
Oh, over here?
That, right, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So the same night that Jeff shot this, I shot 3 shots about an hour apart. So I shot one about when Jeff did, and then an hour later, and an hour after that. So I was actually able to see the comet move up.
Do you have your pictures here with you?
No, I don't, but they're posted on Facebook.
Cool.
So
Very good.
yeah, so they're there, and that was the first time I was ever able to do that. I actually took a break of trying to locate at least 20 objects like I normally do.
Yeah.
And all I really did was kind of, look at the comet visually and then photographically, and I was able to show the proper motion. So it's leaving the solar system at about 60 kilometers per second. And
Yep.
it's actually, they redetermined the orbit based on photographs like this, and determined that the orbit is now hyperbolic. It's no longer parabolic, it's never coming back.
Mhm.
About an 80,000 year period.
Yeah, I heard it was parabolic. Yeah.
Exactly.
No mas.
No, they just, the orbit determination initially didn't have that data. Now that they have more, once it's swung around the sun, it's easier to see.
Oh, there's Recognize a Ranger. Sean's got that.
It's going around.
He posted that link.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it did, yeah.
if you want to recognize a ranger, you can go to the recording and do the chats show up on the recording?
Yes.
Okay, you can go to the recording and click on that link and thank a ranger. Okay, anyone else have some comments about the East Coast Star Party? I think John Almeida would like to say something, wouldn't
Actually,
you?
it was my first star party.
This was John's first star party.
Since I've had the new scope. Too old to now to use, but since like 12 years old, I've been watching the stars, and about 35 years ago, I bought that scope that I had out there, which I'm going to shoot, bury it, but that's another story. But it was my first star party, and it was great. It was great seeing everybody and everybody doing different things. And I used to go when I was 12. We're going to the Chesapeake Planetarium. My mom would take me down there, and I lived for it. You always did a great job. I loved it. I had no idea you were there. That was just wild.
So John, you struggled with your telescope. Did you look through other people's telescopes? Okay, that's the key. Just like Gabriel said, when your telescope dues up, use OPT, other people's telescopes.
I think it was more that what I was trying to do is stream video with a DSLR and try to stream so people could just look at it. Because when I take family out, we go camping and I break out a telescope, it's difficult to see anything other than like the moon, the planets. If you get beyond that, nobody's interested. Even a globular cluster, okay, that gets them a little bit, but then finding planetary stuff, forget about it. Nobody's looking. And so I wanted to have something that would stack the photos. And I've messed with that for too long and I'm done with it. So I'm going to buy a C-Star.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Buy a C-Star. Yeah, the one time I went to the Stanton River Star Party, I had a problem with dew because I forgot to bring my dew heater, or my dew heater battery died. That's what it was. And so I spent the rest of the night using other people's telescopes. I spent most of the night with Patrick Vartuli and his 20-inch, and we had a great night. I'd suggest something and he'd go to it. So that was fun. Okay, Kent Blackwell, come on up here.
Every year I say, I'm not gonna take a telescope. I'm just gonna relax and look through other people's telescopes.
But
How many people here have ever seen me without a telescope?
I don't understand. Usually most.
So anyway, I didn't look at anything particular. I only saw about 60 objects between the two nights. But Gabriel beat me. I think he probably saw that many in
I
that
have
night.
100 log over.
Yeah, see?
the 3 nights.
The new generation replaces me. But I'm over there typing like this, and at my age, it's hard to thumb type on the phone, but I do it. But it was fun. When I didn't get there Thursday, I got there Friday, and thought I'd look at some ghoulish things, like try to find the ghost of Meroc and the Skull Nebula. just kind of neat objects. I don't know, has anybody, I know Gabriel's seen those. Anybody else seen the Skull Nebula? It's a planetary nebula, 3 little stars, and there's a round blob of nebulosity, and it looks like 2 eyes and nose. It's scary. I couldn't sleep that night. So next East Coast Star Party, I'm not taking the show.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, Jeremy, come on up here.
Be quick. So, couple, since we're in the mode of shout outs, we talked about not with us tonight, but Jonathan Sheets was very kind. He had a hair dryer. He was running around hitting a couple people's. He dried my secondary off several times so that Gabe could keep pointing it at cool things for everyone who was hanging out and around. So that's definitely going on my list of things as concerned for the next one, especially depending on what part of the year. He had a battery powered hair dryer, which was great. I don't know if he had a separate power pack that he was plugged into, or if it was a power cell in his hair dryer. I think it was the latter, which I respect the forethought associated with that. It was really awesome. Also, I think Sean in typing and then discussion with Rich may have mentioned it, but Dr. Hitt, Kent, thank you so much on behalf of the rest of the committee for your tutelage. Dr. Hitt especially did the heavy lifting for the actual development of this round of shirts, showed us how to do it. At first I walked in having no idea how it was done. Now I have some idea how it's done, so that hopefully next time Sean and I and whoever else is interested in helping out and getting the screen printing going can make that happen with minimal additional tutelage. So thank you very much, guys. You made that happen, and really, as discussed, drove down costs so that we can make next East Coast Star Party even more economically friendly. Gabe was great as our go-to for the night, so really thanks to him on that. And also we talked a little bit about our public outreach night. We had about, I think, 40 people-ish come through.
Yeah, not nearly as many as last year.
No, but a lot of kids, which was great. Sean and I were set up at the very entrance to the field, getting telescopes going. Had a few technical difficulties, so we gave a couple quick directions and sent people downrange. And I guess once they saw the 20-inch or 24-inch scope that Ray had, we never saw him again. But so that's a good one to keep in mind for next year. Don't be downrange of the big scopes if you want to do outreach. So that's all I've got for this one. It was a great event. Looking forward to it. It's my second one.
Okay, does anybody else have anything you'd like to add?
Any suggestions for things?
Or any suggestions of how we can improve next time? A little less do, maybe? I have no.
It's not like you can just like whip out a remote control and just push a button on that. I mean, if you can, please let us know so that we can use it to a best effect next time.
Yeah, if somebody could invent a cloud filter, that would help too.
I mean, just go to the Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they've got something that we can hook us up with.
One thing I've been rolling around in my head after doing 3 of these is, really, of the 3 we've done, 2 have been cleared, 1 was not. So in the spring, we all just kind of, because this is a rain or shine event, you pay your money, take some chances. And we did have, the Friday night thing, like I, make it available to, the park. If it's cloudy, Friday night, I'll board people for 45 minutes and then do movie night. But Swan River, when it rains, has talks. And other than that, we just kind of sit around and try to stay warm. But I've always kind of wondered, what would people want if we're all sitting out there in the field waiting for some kind of sucker hole, and Hope Springs Eternal at 2 in the morning. Okay, but what other kinds of things would we want to fill the time?
I know what we used to do at Coin Drop, but I don't think we could do that at Chapokes.
Well, I think some observations of the constellation Franzia where I'm going.
We could have go-go girls.
No. Okay.
Who stayed up the latest? Who stayed up the wee hours in the morning? Other than go pee.
It's just fun just to get together and chat.
Yeah.
Exchange ideas.
Powder sugar donuts.
Jeff Goldstein stayed up the first night on his ham radio till the wee hours of the morning, what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Nobody else is that.
Yeah. So he brought his ham radio, so he did double duty. He did astronomy and ham radio. And in fact, during the day on Friday, he and his buddy were going click, 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 click on the Morse code all day.
That's too distracting.
I had Tammy with me, so we were having a call at night way early. I'm like, she started getting testy after a little bit. You know, it's like, okay, I'm bored now. It's like, what? We just started. So anyways, I was just curious, you know what I mean? I'm not bringing her next year.
Yeah, I went.
What you need is a trailer like headset you can just pull out a TV and but put her on some movies while you do
Well,
your.
that's right. I got the cabin, so she'd be happy. Because you couldn't see to get down there. You know, you had to drive down there. So I think
Socializing until the stars come. That's good.
I think continuing the day hikes down by the river, if somebody's willing to lead that again, would be a good, other thing to do.
Yeah, Mark Ost is a retired geologist, so he was excellent at showing the layers of the strata and the talking about the geologic periods that they represented.
Yeah,
That was excellent.
The park staff actually probably also, they're an expert on the entire park and what animals and plants are there. So we might be able to talk them into something. I mean, you can always go tour the mansion during the day, okay, which is interesting if you like old mansions. But there's things to do.
As many years as I've been going to Chipokes, I've never been in the mansion, so maybe I'll do that next
Yeah,
time.
It's worth it, and then, if you're there for night watch, you've already done the mansion tour, you know where the ghosts appear, or the graves of the former owners.
Good idea.
There was some big sharks teeth found in Chipmunks too,
Yeah.
like prehistoric sharks, this big.
Like megalodons.
Yeah.
We combed that beach for miles. We didn't find.
Didn't see none.
Now, you're not afraid of the coyotes, it's cloudy, you can do night hikes.
We heard them.
Yeah, we heard a lot of coyotes. We heard a lot. No, I went to bed early the first night because I was so tired after getting everything ready. But Friday night I was up late after midnight, and I think Saturday night I was up until I got too wet and cold. About midnight again, a little after midnight. So
The hindsight, I probably would have picked Friday to be the day I was out late because I was out latest on Saturday, just driving Jeremy's telescope. Again, I went until we saw Fornax and then I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm satisfied.
We saw Mars after that.
Yeah, well, we did a celebratory sighting of Mars. Which we saw, I think, 6 planets in a night on Saturday night.
Wow.
Everything, all of them but Mercury.
cool, very good.
Raffle prizes, I spent about $650, then hopefully people got something out of that. Kent made some donations. We're always happy to accept book and eyepiece donations, but I don't know if we want to, up the budget on that or not.
I think it was fine.
I've been spending about $650 a party, so.
Okay, speaking of raffle, we've got a door prize here. And we don't have any tickets to pass out tonight. But we have a sign up sheet which has 16 names on it. And we have 16 numbers in the basket here.
We need to go around.
You don't get one. You don't get one.
You gotta sign in,
And then we'll get.
Sign in.
Should be 17.
Sign in.
Oh, sign in.
Sign in
Sign in.
here.
Anyone not signed in?
Who's 17?
Sign in.
Oh, yeah, David. Schulgeis. Okay, we don't want to.
trained, I
Don't
signed.
want to leave anybody out.
Bam.
Oh, later than air. Maybe I should just say the one that pops out is the winner. Okay, so there are 17.
Yep, 17 names.
16 is in there twice, but this should be 17. All right, okay, 17 numbers in here. So Mr. Retiring Secretary, pull one up.
Mix them up.
Mix them up,
Give
pull
one
one up.
number.
4. Winning
Which
number
is?
is 4. Matt McLaughlin. There you go.
Thank you.
Good job, good job. Okay.
That worked out.
Got a brand new Barlow lens. I don't know how good it is. It's still in the original package. I haven't checked it out. So is there any other comments, questions, or old business, new business that you want to bring up? Yes, Dr. Hitt.
The planetarium, Chesapeake Planetarium's been closed. Superintendent wanted to save a buck, that's why it got closed. They gave the planetarium to Park and Rec, the whole thing, inventory, everything was transferred to Park and Rec. And they want to get it going. I suggested to my barber, the director of Park and Rec, if he wants to do it, he should do it at Christmas, because that's one of the most popular times for the show.
Yes.
So I got a call the other day, and they are gonna open it up for the Christmas program. And they want me to do it, and I agreed to do it. It would be great if those nights, and right now it's gonna be on Thursday nights again, and you're leaving on Thursday night. But if some of the club members would come out with their telescopes and let the public take a look through your scopes, like they always do. And after the Christmas program runs, the Thursday night shows, they may consider keeping something else going there. But I told them if they want to keep it running, they really need to hire someone full-time for that job. Not me, I'm not interested in it again, but I'll help them, help train the guy. So anyway, it is going to start in December, and it will be the Christmas program. Right now, they have only 3 Thursdays that they're going to list. I asked them how they're going to advertise it, and they're going to put it in all the media that Park and Rec generates. The city may also generate some media for them. Well, I have no idea what the turnout will be. When the school system ran it, we constantly had full capacity all the time. What they're going to face with an online registration for it is someone taking 20 seats and not showing. We have that issue with people. We wouldn't let them take 20 seats. This will be an online thing. But anyway, it's nice that they want to get it going. I think they thought when they acquired the planetarium, it was like a VCR. They could push a button, it could work. It's not quite that way. But anyway, hopefully they're going to get it going. And they have a lot of money. So they could actually build a new facility, a city-owned planetarium. I don't know that that's in the pipe, but it's interesting that the planetarium may see light again. And so that's just something which I
gotta tell you a story. I was so inspired by what I saw when I went to your show. And the Christmas show was always good. But I bought one of these little black, from I think Edmund Scientific or something, little black dome that had the holes in it.
Oh yeah.
I took it all apart and I put it on a rod and motorized it. And then I put lights and I had rheostats to lower the lights. And I mean, dude, and I had the girls come over, the neighborhood girls come over, I'm gonna show, and I started playing, I won't even tell you the song, it was, it's so old. Anyway, I played the music and turned the lights down and then the stars would come. It was just great. I wanted to be you during that time. So
It was a great toy to play with for 55 years. What job playing with the universe could be a good job. But anyway, it's sad in the school system.
Oh, cherish, that's the word, cherish. That's the song.
It's sad to let it go, because last year alone, I saw 11,300 students grades 3 through 6. And over the 55 years, over 500,000 kids.
Wow.
They just simply got rid of it to save some money, which is.
Every Thursday, I'm the
bouncer.
I'm the bouncer at the planetarium. Every Thursday, we have somebody 50 years old, 55 years old, and say,
You were given that in third grade. Guaranteed. I remember the other day, somebody said, I used to love to go to the planetarium and see that orange thing up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is fun to see.
The 14.
I see 14's 50 years old.
The awards there. Wow.
I was in my grade when we bought this.
Maybe we could get some of the Thursdays on the calendar.
Hey, Bob, is there any reason? Is there any reason it only has to be 1 day a week? Couldn't they open it more than 1 day a week?
Yeah, told them if the Christmas programs fill up like they should, if they get the word out.
At least during Christmas, yeah.
They can do some extra to do that. And if they try to get, the only option they have unless they hire someone is to buy hand programs. And the programs that are available, some of them are pretty good, but usually the can shows after 15 minutes, you're bored with them. They take one topic and drive it into the ground. But there are some good ones. There's one that's free by the European Space Agency called Earth to the Universe. And it's already on the machine. It's there and they can run that. So they have someone to open the door, greet the people, push the button, let it go, but they won't do any star talk unless someone learns the sky.
That movie's only 30 minutes.
Yeah, and there are sometimes only 20 minutes. We were in Montreal at the planetarium and they ran a 20-minute show. They charged $20 to get in for a 20-minute show. Anyway, that's an option they have. And hopefully they will make the effort to keep it going. They talked about doing some remodeling in it. They can redo the seats. It won't hold 100 people anymore, but it would maybe look better inside.
Yeah.
It's getting dated.
It's still operational though, I mean, it's still in good working order.
Yeah, all the equipment was upgraded a few years ago at the tune of $360,000. And they gave that all away.
Wow, it was less than 10 years ago, wasn't it?
It was about, seven.
Wow.
And it's fine, visually it's stunning. So I'm glad that it's still around.
Yeah.
And maybe they can get it back to life again. And maybe the city would, I told the city council, you should spend enough money for one library on a new science center with a new planetarium out along Highway 17 where the skies are dark. Yeah, that'd be great. So that's what that the show will run on Christmas.
Good,
Awesome.
good.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Hey, George, before you hit that gavel, I would like to have a point of order. I would like a round of applause for our long-serving president. This is his last meeting, okay, as president, and for Mr. George Reynolds.
Well, thank you very much. I've been in the club for 24 years. I joined in November of 2000. The first meeting I ever went to, I signed up and been here ever since. And whether I've been president or not, I've been president twice. I've been secretary once, and I've been the refreshments committee for a while when we were in the old Pungo building. I might start doing that again. But I don't expect to change much in what I do. I'm still being retired and interested in the stars and in outreach. I probably will still go to as many outreach events as I have been. I just won't have to do quite so much. But I thank you for your kudos. And it's 5 minutes to 9. Meeting dismissed. Adjourned. I'm still Army. Dismissed.